Hi friends and welcome to my YouTube channel. I propose in this video to paint Arriety from Studio Ghibli. And if you are for the first time on my YouTube channel, my name is Ala, I'm a sketch illustrator and watercolorist. And in today's video, I decided to create a step-by-step guide how to paint a scene from Arriety of Studio Ghibli. I decided to skip the drawing process because it would be a very large video. And I will leave in the description the link where you can download the sketch and the reference in this way that it will make it easier for you to draw it. And then you can take this video and paint with me all the process in watercolors. So let's get started. Let's get started with this painting with Arriety. I will leave the drawing down below in the comments so you can download it, you can draw it wherever you want. But here I want to share with you how I painted. So first thing that I will do, I will wet the paper from the other side, as this paper is not getting wavy and stays on the paper on the table, and it makes us easier the work when we will paint it. And now I leave the paper to stay on the table. In this way we stretch it. What I will do as well, I will wet the edges, that those are layering better on the table. I can wet actually everything because I will leave it to soak into the paper for a longer time, and when it will be only a little wet, we will start painting. So as far as you notice, the paper is getting stretched on the table. I do not need any washi tape to adjust it, and it will make it easier to work. Let's leave it for a while that it stretches. I left it for a minute or two, and I can start to prepare the colors that I will work. One of the main colors that I will do, because I will start with the background, I will start with yellows and greens. As far as you see, we have really light colors, cool colors of green and yellow. And if you pay attention, I have left some spaces where I do not want to touch the painting. And I will start with yellow color and will avoid to get the color in. Because we are working on wet, I add more color and less water. The color will look lighter after it will get dried, so pay attention to add now more color on this work. I add little by little, I'm not in a rush, and I work everywhere. I add this yellow color because later I will adjust it with some green color. Don't worry if the color is going outside of the edges, mainly because we will work on the background, and here we have a darker color, so it is not an issue at all. And here I will start adding green color. I leave the middle part with yellow, and slowly to the edges I'm going with a darker color of green. So here I have this line. Here I have more color. And now I add another green color, a darker one, but it is not too dark either. I will take some olive green color and we'll mix up with green. So we have kind of green, but it is not as dark. And pay attention of what I'm doing right now. I will add even darker color. So look what green colors you have. And now I take plain water and remove the color. In this way, I will leave these white lines pretty. So here we have a beautiful light line. And I remove the color. I add more water and I start removing the color. Later on I will come up to intensify the color as the color is too light at this step. But we cannot see it how dark it gets because we need to wait till it dries. Then I proceed with here. Here as well I use yellow color and with a little bit of green. Here the paper is already dried and it will be easier to create these edges that we have on the paper. And as well it will be easier for us to remove the color. So I take some olive green and add here wherever it is darker. And now with my paintbrush and a tissue, I remove. Look how easy and beautifully it stays. Later on, I will apply some tempera to create these lighter lines and to increase this intensity. But when we start at the beginning, it is just easier for us to proceed with the work later. Let's proceed with this leaf and this, and then we will come back on this and that we have in the background. Here we also have more yellow color, but then here it is just darker green. So we have some yellow here. It is not in yellow color, but we adjust with some greenery on it and make it just light. Here's some warmer color. And here we have some warmer green color over here. And we take a cooler green that includes some blue color. Here it is more green color. It is super dark. Here. I play with colors, meanwhile the paper it is still wet. In this way we avoid having specific edges. If we need to have the color darker, the color just turns the transition smoothly. Here, meanwhile it is getting dried, I add more color. And this leaf, let's work on it. Here I won't take yellow, I will take olive green color straight away here. Pay attention that here this leaf is already dried. We have the paper wet only on the back part. Here we have it dried because the edges are straight, and we need here straight edges because we don't want to see unpleasant colors on Arriety. We just play around with all the greens color that we have. And pay attention that I'm working quickly, meanwhile the paper is wet, sorry. And here we start to have some colors like ochre color, and I will take, sorry, raw sienna, and some red colors. And as well, pay attention that this color merges one into another. I will take a smaller paintbrush and I take cadmium red. Cadmium red is an opaque color, and if applied on the surface, it will be clearly seen. And here I have a darker color of green. It is olive green, but it is a little bit darker. And I apply it here. I leave the white spaces wherever it is needed. I will add more green color. This color is warm enough. But here we will have it cooler. I will add more turquoise green that we have here. I will paint it everything. Later on I will work with white because it will be just easier for us than to leave white spaces. I decided first to leave some white spaces, but then I think that it will work easier with white color to apply it. And here we have super dark color. I will take some sepia, some Payne's gray color, and we'll mix it with green. And I will have a super cool color of green here. We take lighter color and darker color to work with the contrast and to create super beautiful transitions from one leaf to another. Moving on, here I will add some raw sienna and burnt sienna. Raw sienna, and pay attention that I'm going slowly with the edges, that the color is not surpassing. I cover all the space. Here we have the leaf, but the leaf is a little bit below. We don't see it. I haven't drawn it. And I will add some burnt sienna to create these beautiful drops of darker color. And I will add as well sepia because the color is pretty dark. I add these drops meanwhile the color is wet because I want that the colors to mix up one into another and to create beautiful transitions. We work a lot with wet on wet. It can be because we wetted the paper earlier or because we have painted previously the color. And now we just adjust it. Same I will do here in between these beautiful lines. I don't know how it's called. Moving on with raw sienna. Don't worry about the Arriety because we will work with her last. We will cover the background because there's a lot of work over there. Arriety is super easy to draw, to paint in color. It seems difficult, but actually no, it's not. I take burnt sienna. Because the paper is wet on the back side, it makes us easier and smoother to create this transition. I take some sepia as well to create some intensity in colors and to give contrast. Sepia with raw sienna create beautiful transitions in color and make the contrast pretty to the eye. Here we have some greenery color and I will leave it. I haven't drawn it correctly. I have left like it would be like another leaf. I mixed it up here. Not everything here we see it. So pay attention to those because here we have as well some details to paint. I play around with burnt sienna, raw sienna and sepia to create this beautiful color on the background. Okay, and here the background in between is much darker, so I will take just sepia. Sepia is too much. I will take some burnt sienna too. But it is super dark. Here we have actually green color. I have applied sepia, but now I will take a tissue and will take away the color. You see how easy it is? Always people say that the watercolors is a difficult medium, but as far as you noticed, it is super easy to remove the color. Indeed, it stays, but later on we will apply another color and it won't be seen as much. And here I have sepia. But as well some green colors, very dark green. We have kind of green that is mixed up with white color. So now I will show you. We have this green and with white color. So now I will take more white. It is not white tempera. It is white color of watercolors and make these really interesting effects. That helps us to work on with color and to make it slightly different. So you see how it looks like, taking more white and more green. So we have kind of gouache color. I will take some darker, like Payne's gray. Here I haven't been afraid of this sepia color because I knew that I will apply this white with green color. And with sepia it will make exactly the color that we will need it. So here as well I add this color. I add Payne's gray. If you want you can add sepia. Both are working well over here. And as well I will add some green like this over here. You see that little by little I work on all the surface. I'm not leaving white spaces. I just include everything everywhere. And it is important to understand this fact because when we are working with wet on wet, when the paper is still wet, it is easier to create all the surface and not to have white lines on the paper. Here I haven't painted this leaf, but I will use just this mix of white and green color. And I will add some yellow here, because this side is a little bit light. Here I have some green colors too, like this, but it is much darker. So I take darker color and add it here. Here as well I will add some burnt sienna and sepia. Some spaces I forgot to paint, and now I see that I have to fill those in with color. For example, here in the background as well, we need to add some raw sienna, some green color. Here I add more intensity in color because, as far as you notice, the paper starts to dry, and I add the details wherever it is needed. For example, here I feel that the color is a little bit lighter than I need it, so I adjust it. You see how easy it is? And I take some different green color. Turquoise green, you see I added a lot everywhere because we have this green to create contrast. In real life, we do not have these kind of colors and we do not use such greens on greenery. We have warmer colors and we use usually blue colors to avoid getting this darkness. But here it is a cartoon and we can allow ourselves to create these darker shadows, darker colors, contrast colors, and create these beautiful transitions. I intensify the color more. And coming back to my first leaf that is still wet, I add more color. And I'm not afraid of adding it. Okay, let's move on with this because we are 40 minutes ahead. I will work with brown Mars color as the main color for everything, but then for shadows I will add sepia. Here we have as well green color, sorry, I just saw it. I will go from right to left because this side is wet still, but here I can add already the colors. And here, adding some Payne's gray color into the mix. And wherever it is needed, I will add sepia. For this moment, I think that Payne's gray work better, and the part I have Payne's gray with some green here. Well, it will make it even cooler, the color. And that works well for us. I will start to work with sepia more. And then I will add Payne's gray color. Here we have some green lighting up. I take some black color to make it easier for us and going quicker, because I see the class is coming to an end and we still need to finish this work out. Here we have some raw sienna. Some sepia. Oops. And let's proceed with Arriety. For Arriety, we will take some red color. I will take some ruby color. It is not cadmium red. We have a kind of warmer red. And I will add on her dress. And waiting the background to dry. If the background won't dry meanwhile I'm painting Arriety, I will take a hairdryer. So please make sure that you have your hairdryer prepared, that just in case we can use it. The secret that I do not have edges when starting to add the color, meanwhile I prepare it on palette, is that the paper is wet on the other side. If you feel that your paper starts to come up with edges that you don't want, you have to wet the paper from the other side. Here we have gray color. And here we will add some green to this gray. And here we have yellow color. And for her face, we will use ruby color that we used for her dress and ochre color. But we will add lots of water. because the color of her face is super light. If you added too much color as I did, you can take a tissue and dry the work. And with sepia, I paint her birds that are not seen well. Now I take some orange color. In this case, I took Titian red and cover all her hair. After painting her hair, what I will do, I will take a hair dryer and dry the work, because somewhere I will need to add more intensity in color. For example, the leaf requires more contrast, and obviously the Arrietty's dress and her face. Now I have dried it. I stopped the video and have dried it, and now I'm retaking the work. As far as you notice, I take some ruby color to intensify the color of her dress and to create more contrast. You can take either cadmium red or ruby red color as you wish. Here I thought that it would work better ruby color, but obviously if you think that you want something more darker and colorful, then you can take cadmium red, obviously. And I will add some wherever it is needed. For these accessories on her hair, I take as well ruby red color. The only thing is that I take lots of water. I added color, and as you see, I took my paintbrush with lots of water and start to remove the excess of color on the work. The idea is that the color is not as bright. Later on, I will work with micron pen on these accessories, so it won't be an issue. Previously, I couldn't paint the hands because the paper was still wet, and here apart we have been working on the background. It was still wet, and the hands, when painted, I could create some unwanted colors. And now I will add color for the girl's hands, and for wherever I feel that it is needed more color. The only thing that I wanted to mention here, you have been probably noticed that I'm using tissues to dry. The tissues help me to dry the work better, and as well to remove the color. It is a common trick to use in watercolors, that, for example, if you want to create some intensity in color but you don't want to create really dark color from the beginning, you apply very light color several times and you take a tissue and dry it. In this way the color soaks into the paper and makes it easier to work. Here on I add some Payne's gray color to create gray color, and I found out that some of the parts are not colored, and I add color wherever it is needed. Now on the dress I have some shadows, and these shadows I add the ruby color and mixing up with ultramarine color. In this way we obtain this dark shade. The only issue that I found out here is that the head of the girl isn't dried yet, so the color hasn't dried, and this red color is going into her face. I add this color on all this part where we have the shadow. On her accessories I used the same color, ruby red, and ultramarine color, but with more water to create the shadow. And everywhere I add ultramarine color for shadow to create a cooler color. For example, here on her hair I add the Titian red and mixing it with ultramarine. In this way I obtain the color that we have in the shadow. Now I'm coming back to the drops that we have on the leaves, and I try to create these white spaces. Pay attention that because somewhere the color was applied, I take my paintbrush synthetics with plain water and remove the excess of color. In this way, this mm, color is taken out, but as well it is not white color. Lately I will take some tempera gouache to adjust these white spaces and will make it brighter. But at the moment it works well because we will add some turquoise green color with white and will adjust the midtones. Now I take some color. I took it too much, and as far as you noticed, I took my tissue and removed the excess of color from the paintbrush and make it a little bit lighter. This color I used everywhere, and I added this as a mid-tone. Later on I will take some green color and will adjust the shadows and outlines. In this way we will create volume for these drops on these beautiful leaves. Now I take a green color, darker ones, and outline these drops. Somewhere I outline all the drops, somewhere I just add where the shadow it is. So not everything. And pay attention that where it is the highlight, I will add as well some green. In this way I will create the transparency of this job, and that it looks brighter and prettier and more real for the viewer's eye. Now I take tempera or gouache, white gouache. It is a white color that I will adjust. It is important that you are not taking watercolor or white color, but you take gouache. Gouache is an opaque color and it will cover all the colors wherever it is necessary. Till now we have been mixing, for example, turquoise green with watercolor white color, and as far as you noticed, it will only enlighten the color and make it made it is not as bright. But with tempera we just cover and create these lines. I start to create all these outlines of the greenery of the leaves that we have, and I just copy from the reference wherever I see the white spaces. Obviously stay more creative, you don't have to do it exactly in the same way like it is in the painting, because it is about the your artistic skills and understanding how to paint these leaves. So now I'm taking this white and painting everywhere where I find it necessary to adjust. I'm finishing with a white color and adding some darker color wherever it is needed, because as far as you noticed, I forgot to add some drops. And now I will dry the work with the hair dryer. It is not seen on the work. Now you have probably seen this top. And you have to dry the work well before using micron pen. And with micron pen, I will outline the Arrietty's body and all the details on her face, on her accessories, and so on. I took micron pen number 10. You can use with whatever micron pen you want. Uh, my work is dried. I have dried it quickly, and it is dried, but it is not dried completely 100% of the time. So with a bigger micron pen, it helps me better to outline. For example, when the work is dried completely and very well, you can outline even with number 005. But when the paper is still a little bit wet, you need a thicker micron pen. And this is my case, but I always advise you to dry as much as you can. I just wanted to create this video shorter and not to stay too long time on this. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment below. Don't forget to like this video and as well to subscribe to my channel. I will paint more scenes like this and a lot of interesting videos I prepare for 2023. It will make me very happy if you will subscribe to this channel. So thank you, and till the next time, bye.